Hello, and welcome to another video. So in today's video, we're going to just do a really quick hair styling. It's really a touch up, I will call it, on the hairstyle that I did when I took down baby girl's mini braids or locks, whatever you want to call them. She kept them in for 8 months. If you haven't seen that video, go and watch it. I'm excited about this little series of videos. My goal here is really to get people who can't stand their hair to get to loving their hair again. And I know you sitting here looking at me and I got braids in my hair, but let me tell you, the hair that's underneath these braids I absolutely love. The hair that's underneath these braids I'm absolutely loving taking care of, and loving taking care of my children's hair as well. So this is what this series of videos about. It really doesn't take that long. This hairstyle took me under an hour to touch up. I'm not one of those parents who like sleek hairstyles, they be pulling out your edges and all that kind of stuff. So none of those things are going on here. Without further ado, let me show you some of the products that we're going to be using before we get started with this video. Blue Magic, we talked about this in the other video. This is and probably will always be one of my favorites. I recently found a hair store that had many different kinds of Blue Magic. However, this is the one that we've been using for quite some time, and I mean, it never does you go wrong. So we'll be using this today. We'll also be using another product that never does you go wrong. Girl, they redid the packaging on it, but Pink Oil Moisturizer is still what Pink Oil Moisturizer is. We're going to use this as well. Just for the sake of this video, I did use another product, which was this Camille Rose product. It's a product that I love on my hair. It's like on the kids' hair. I did it on my son's hair. It was, it was okay. On my daughter's hair, on her dry hair, it works very well. So I just decided to use it at the ends because it's very sticky and it's not like, it doesn't perform like a gel. It's just sticky and moisturizing. It's a weird combo. You might not like it all over your hair because it does leave your hair sticky, but it's very hydrating. So I decided to put these at the end of her hair. You're going to see it later. I did use a section where I tried to put it throughout. It wasn't doing anything spectacular. So I just put it to the ends. Some water. You can also use, like how we used to do a throwback, girl. You used to get the cup, you used to put that hot water in the cup, you used to dip the brush in. Okay, that's what I did as well. You're going to see that throughout this, but this water is actually still warm. It's in the spray bottle. You can dump it, like empty it out when the water gets cold, of course. Anytime you have to do a touch up, and just put some warm water in there. If you have low porosity hair, I found that warm water is, if it's not warm water, if you don't find out a way to warm up these products, okay, even if you use the little wax warmer, I know that's tacky, but the wax warmer, if you don't find a way to warm up the products and you have low porosity hair, good luck. You're not going to be able to get any moisturizing inside of the hair unless you use like a blow dryer or something like that. I don't feel like pulling out the blow dryer, so I just use some hot water. And then here is the little oil blend that I made. It's nothing special. Olive oil, some extra oils. I'll put some on the screen if I can find them. Tea tree oil. I think I put some frankincense in there, so it's just like a nice little oil blend. I use this every other night on her scalp, on my scalp as well, on the face, girl, on the skin. So it's one of those kind of oils, and I'm going to use it today as well. I showed you this brush in the last one. It detangled my son's hair so well that I actually decided to try it again on her hair. Works really well for my hair as well. When the hair is dry, I like it. Like when it's damp, I really do like this brush as well. So this is the brush we're going to be using today. And then this brush, which I know some people don't like to use this brush, but this is the brush we used to use back in the day. When you dip the brush in the water, this be the brush right here, okay? I don't know what you call this style of brush, but this is the brush you use. I like to use this brush kind of closer to the roots. If you are a person that likes a more slick hairstyle, I think later on we'll do a style where you will see like where I put rubber bands. If you want the style just a bit more like slick, a brush like this is necessary. If you just want it detangled, this is fine too. And then of course, little rat tail comb just to make sure we comb out the ends there, and then a clip. So that's all we're going to use for this video. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, let's get started with this side. Now on this side, I use the hair scrunchie. I'll put the hair scrunchies for you on the screen that I like to use. But like I mentioned before, her hair it's like a little cotton ball. And anytime the hair is like in a certain style for too long, it just kind of starts to grow together. Like little hairs be all over the place, start to grow together. So this is right at a week. It's been 7 days since we did this hairstyle. And if you can see there, I have to like take my time in taking it out. Just don't be rough if you just pull it out, you're gonna pop off hair. You'll be able to see on the other side I actually use the rubber band, but other than that, it just comes straight apart. like I said, because we detangled this before we put the hair in this style. I did not make this hairstyle neat. As you can see, the parts are not neat or anything like that because she had her hair in the same style for 8.5 months. And by the time we were done, over the 3 days that we spent like really taking the things out, I didn't want to irritate her scalp by like carving with the comb. So the next time we do a wash day, we'll clean up the parts a bit. But like I said, I don't really care about the sleekness of the hairstyle. I just like the hair to be well maintained. So what I'm going to do is go through, separate all the pieces. As you can see at the ends there, soon we're going to have to clip her ends. I didn't do it now. Like I said, I'm probably going to wait till her next wash day or when I have time to blow out the hair or something like that. And that just came from the style that she had her hair in. But again, just take your time detangling it. It probably is a bit easier, even if you put like oil on your hands, a little water on your hands. So just take your time. The key here is to take your time. So what I did was dip the brush inside of the warm water just to get the hair a little damp. And then I went in on this section with the pink oil moisturizer. Now you can see here the twist is very juicy, very hydrated. This is the best combination, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to try some other combinations of products on her hair just to show you. All right, so on this section, I chose to use Blue Magic. This used to be my favorite combination, either the pink oil moisturizer in water or Blue Magic in water, and still it's really good. Went at the top, like I said, with this brush right here, and then I went back through with a detangling brush. Right, and then this section I use the Camille Rose product. Again, I think I'm a little biased because the pink oil moisturizer in water has just always worked, especially for like hair that's already it's already washed. It just needs to be detangled and kind of brushed through. It's my favorite combination, but I use this one as well, and I didn't really like the way it felt, so I just stuck to using it on the ends like I said earlier. You can see this brush, it really detangles the ends. As you can see the hair, you can see like going into a little curl at the end. Her hair is very hard to curl. I don't know if you have hair like this. I mean, you let me know. I'm used to just putting a little water on my hair and it just curls, but her hair does not, it doesn't curl that easily. So at the front here, what I did was I put some oil at the front, and as you can see, I've been oiling her scalp in the same way that I would do it if I weren't like restyling her hair. If you want the hair a bit more slick, like I said, you use some of that grease at the front, grease and water, and then slick it down. You would put it in like a ponytail holder, like each one in the ponytail holder. We're not doing her hair like that because it's not the look that I'm going for, but you could do it. You could also use the shining gem at the roots. That stuff makes her head itch, so I did not use it, but you could use the product if your scalp or your kid's scalp is not irritated by it. Now you see me doing this very quickly for this video, but like I said, I do this every other night. When you do put oil on the scalp, what I would suggest doing is just kind of like massaging the oil in. You know, it works very well. I also like to do sulfur 8. If you have a problem, like if your edges are thinning, I found that sulfur 8, you know, the stuff that is supposed to work like for dandruff and if your hair is itchy, it works really well too. So here what I'm doing a different style other than the one that she had before, and that's just kind of weighing the plaits down. Now if you do braids, I find that they tend to stay the right length, but we're doing twists right now because like I said, I don't have no time for no braids, okay? Braids take longer to do than this style when undoing them and redoing doing them. So I'm just going to twist them all together and then add a little, we call them bubbles, I don't know what you call them, toward the end. Now I wouldn't suggest adding the bubble way to the end there where you see the hair is thinner. I would put it at the thicker spot and then put it as tight as you can so that it doesn't move and it's not like pulling on the ends of the hair in that way. All right, and here's the other side. I'm not going to show you the whole side because I did the same thing, but I use a rubber band on this side. I never just pull rubber bands out. I always break them at the root. I did not show you me biting it off, but you could use the scissors or you could just bite it off like I did. But it came out perfectly just like the other side, breaking them loose and just showing you that they're not really matted too much. But the longer the style stays in, the more careful that I have to be when taking it down because, like I said, her hair tend to kind of like cotton, you know, like you have cotton. Have you ever broke apart cotton before, like in a big bag, the cotton, like you're about to stuff a pillow or something? How it's like all together, that's how the hair is. So the longer it stays like that, the harder it is to detangle. But all I do is just be careful. Even at the ends, as you can see, I comb the ends through instead of just pulling the twist and taking them out. Now here we are at the back part of her hair. Now, I don't know if you saw the other video, you saw that the back section of her hair, we actually blow dried, which is traditionally the way that I would do her hair. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not even being biased here. Okay, I'm just saying how it worked. Okay, this section was the most moisturized and I really didn't need a lot of product. I used my favorite, which is with the pink oil moisturizer. I could have actually like brushed through without any water because it was already, it's like working with stretched hair. Her hair works the best this way. But I just wanted to add that little note in there, honey. The back felt the best and it was the section that we blow dried. So I'm going to go through and twist it just like I did all the other sections. All right, here we are. The hairstyle is all done. I did the flower puff in the pack. As always, if you have a question, ask a question, and I'll see you in the next video.